So there might be a chance. Package gonna use your ball? Nah, that'd be crazy. What is up, everybody out here, Cheesehead Nation? Welcome to the Angry Cheesehead Podcast. Today we're gonna talk about the Packers win over the Los Angeles Rams at home, 24-12, with possible playoff implications. Oh boy, playoffs getting closer. Well, let's go over the game first. So let's start with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers had an day, not the greatest. 22 for 30, which is good. 229 yards, one touchdown, one pick where he was just standing there, and Lazard and Watson were wide open. He just threw it to a Rams player. Like, what? That was one of the worst throws that he's ever made. Other than that, not bad. Whereas our leading rusher, Aaron Jones, made 17 carries, 90 yards, no touchdowns. But A.J. Dillon, 11 carries, 36 yards, and 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns. Our run game was really pushing it, and they were doing the best. See, that's what happens when you use the run. You're able to win games. Patrick Taylor had 4 carries for 15 yards, and Rodgers had 3 for -3 yards. Yeah. Take a look at our receiving core. Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson were our leading receivers. Dobbs, 5 receptions, 55 yards, no touchdowns. Christian Watson didn't get much stats, no touchdowns, but had 4 receptions, 46 yards. But the dude can block. That dude is a freaking monster. That's why I'm glad we got him. He is an all-around guy. He can run, he can block, he can catch. He's got it. Of course. A.J. Dillon had 3 receptions, so Randall Cobb for 32 yards for Cobb and 35 for Dillon. Take a look at the Rams. Baker Mayfield, 12 for 21, 111 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. We'll get to that defense thing with that interception because it was mainly Rasul Douglas, I know I'm wearing this jersey, had a pick, then he fumbled it, and thank God Zach Tom was there and he was able to recover. Otherwise, who boy? Or I think it was like that. I don't remember. But somebody was able to recover and we got the ball. But then the play after that, 1 or 2 plays after that, Jones fumbles the ball, got stripped, and the Rams got a takeaway there. So they put 2 takeaways on us compared to us putting 1 on them. And the defense was really struggling, but the Rams defense was all struggling too, other than the red zone. They did have a lot of penalties that really affected them compared to us. We only had like 4 or 5. They had 9, which is still a lot, but still that's something both teams need to get better for. But once again, Cam Akers was their leading rusher. We had their leading rusher, 12 carries, 65 yards, no touchdowns. Mayfield, Van Jeff, he was also our leading receiver with 3 receptions and 35 yards. Van Jefferson had 2 receptions for 32 yards. Tyler Higbee got 4 receptions, 27 yards, and scored the only touchdown that the Rams had, and that extra point was missed. And our defense really struggled a whole lot, but we were able to make some good plays. A lot of sacks that we put onto Baker, which is great. But I want to give a quick shout out, of course, to Keyshawn Nixon for a 52-yard return. That dude, I'm glad we got rid of Amari Rodgers. And you know what? Amari Rodgers looks like he's doing well in Houston. I think this was the right call. Use Keyshawn Nixon in special teams. I wish we would have done that earlier. That way it could have benefited both us and the Texans, and things would have gotten on smooth. But now, let's talk about playoff implications. So, we have to win straight out at Miami and host Minnesota and Detroit and win straight. And we got to pray for Seattle to lose 1 more game, which could be possible next week against Kansas City. And Washington, since they lost to New York on Sunday night, They have to lose to either 49ers, the Browns, or the Cowboys if the Cowboys wanted to play strong and still want to fight. If not, we got to pray for San Francisco and the Browns to do it. The Vikings already clinched the NFC North. Detroit is holding on second, but for not long. But if we do win out and we both score 9-8, in our record, by strength of schedule, we probably would win it, and we would also hold a tiebreaker because of that game. Now, if we lose, it's going to take a lot more than that. But right now, this is the easiest way we can do it. Saying tonight, there were some flashes of good, or not tonight, last night, there were some flashes of good and some flashes of crap. But we've got to straighten up if we're going to go to the freaking playoffs. We want to go in there. We want to take down Minnesota. We want to win. If we can do that, we can. Next week is going to be our toughest challenge. We play on Christmas. No, I'm not going to be streaming for Christmas. I'll be busy spending time with family. But we will be playing in Miami on Christmas Day. It's going to be a real tough challenge. Raheem Mostert, the Cheetah, the Penguin, all are ready to rip our heads open on defense and for our defense. And our offense, we really got to make sure we can handle ourselves because we're not playing in Lambeau. We're playing in South Florida. It's not icy cold down there. And usually we get our asses kicked. But if we can handle Miami, we shouldn't have a problem dealing with, hopefully, shouldn't have a problem against Minnesota because Minnesota, yeah, they came back against the Colts, but first half, they got shut out by Jeff Saturday's Colts. That says a lot about the Vikings. And the Lions are going to be another tough match because they are fired up and ready to move. And they just won against the Jets, and they're now at a 500 record. They're looking to get that playoff spot. But all that we got to do is just hopefully win out. That's the biggest thing, and hope the pieces will fall and we can win this game. Because, of course, A.J. Dillon being out with concussion, I just saw that he is cleared from concussion protocol, so hopefully he should be ready to go on Sunday, which is good news because we need him in this game big time if we're going to win. But, yeah, otherwise, it's good to see Romeo Doubs back. It's good to see Christian Watson have his homie back and do some amazing plays. And let's hope we freaking win this one. Because if not, well, as long as Minnesota falls, that's all I care about. I don't care who else wins the playoffs. Just Minnesota has to be losing it. But let me know what you guys think down below. How do you feel about this game? How do you feel about the playoffs? You can subscribe to my channel, subscribe to Twitter, all that. Until next time, this is the Angry Cheesehead saying, pray to God that we make the freaking playoffs. So that way, we can go to the Super Bowl. If not, we'll go to the Super Bowl next year. That is if we get rid of Joe Barry, of course. Yeah, you still suck, Barry.